Hi guys, I am going to do a flip through on a card deck that I've actually had for about a couple months. I got this on Amazon. I really love it. It's by Teal Swan. So I don't know if you're familiar with her work or have heard her, but she's like, I don't know how to phrase it, like a spiritual teacher, guru, guide, whatever have you. Some people think she's in a cult. Leave me your comments below about how you feel about Teal Swan personally, if you like her or not. I really do like her. She has opened my eyes to a lot of things. So with that being said, I definitely think she's an overall good person. I did watch the documentary about how she was in a cult or whatever. She started a cult. That to me is debatable. But anyway, I digress. I'm going to do a flip through. The cards are not in order. So everything is just as you see, and there might be some upside down. So I'm just going to show you what I have. Part of the reason I didn't reorganize them is after working with the deck for a while and reading through the book, she specifically states that this is a deck that as you use it, the energy basically gets like infused into the deck. You don't ever have to clear the deck is what she says. The more energy that it picks up on, the more times you use it, the more people that use it, the more it shuffles, the more, I don't know, I guess intuitive or stronger the readings get for this deck. So I thought that was kind of a neat idea or a neat way to look at it. As you can see, these are all kind of sigil style. Some of these, like this one kind of looks like a human. Some of these are very, I don't know, I guess you could say like intuitive, or, you know, you can read that way. I don't make my own sigils. I'm not really into it. So the artwork for me is a little harder for me to read intuitively. And I do use the guidebook pretty much every time I pull a card. So the blind spots are simple and incredibly effective to reveal what you are not aware of relative to a question that you're asking. Our blind spot may hide many motives, fears, desires, or truths, reasons, habits, patterns, the list goes on. Sorry, I'm reading from the book. This oracle make you aware of them. If you are aware, you can take action. So I do like that about these, and I will pick a card or shuffle a card for you. And I think most of these are upside down now. I will read you guys a description so you could get an idea of how it flows. I do apologize. Maybe I should have at least put them facing all the same way. I feel like sigils, though, you can read any way you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be always in the upright. It's just the way that she designed the artwork. So this is really nice though, because you can ask this deck basically where your blind spots are, what is being hidden. So I want you guys to think about a situation while I'm flipping through the cards, and think about something that's kind of on your mind, and just think about, you know, what you wish you would know about the situation, if something is hindering your experience. What do you need to change in order to receive your basically ideal outcome? That's kind of how we use this. So I will give you guys a couple minutes to kind of think on that, get your questions ready, and then I will pick. I'm also going to read from the book so you guys get a better idea of what I am trying to explain before we actually do a shuffle. This cardstock is really nice. It's a super high gloss finish. The cards are also really thick, which is good. It does make it a little bit hard for me to shuffle. My hands just don't work anymore, though. That's more what it is. There is no edging on this deck, so you can see. I like that it is 78 cards. It can go well with a tarot deck. Or you can just use this, like they talk about using this with like at work or any kind of group situation. So let's see. There are many ways to use this deck. The most straightforward way is to pick a question or an intention. For example, your intention could be wanting you to know what you don't see about your new job you have just been offered. Or your question could be, why do I keep procrastinating over my college thesis? Then focus on the question or the intention and begin to shuffle the deck. Be sure to shuffle the deck so you cannot see the sigils on the front side. Okay, and then it goes on just like how to shuffle and stuff like that. So get your guys' questions ready. And if you want, you can drop them below and basically comment on how you feel this worked for you. Because like I said, this works for me almost every time I pull a card if something's on my mind. That's why I would highly, highly recommend this. So one card, one card. I'm gonna do one more time. See, I'm not very good at shuffling, guys. I'll do another riffle shuffle real quick. Oops. Well, you know what? That is our card. Number 6. I'll hold this up for you. Okay, let me look in the book. Hold on, and I'm going to pause it so I can get a better angle. Okay, I try to get a little bit better angle so you guys can see it while I read. So number 6, this may be significant to you. Your trauma. If you had drawn the sigil, you are not seeing how your own trauma is feeding into the situation. It is causing a reoccurrence or causing you to not see objectively the truth of the situation beyond your own filters. Trauma is essentially distress without resolve. When we experience distress but cannot find a way to genuinely create or resolve distress, we end up coping. That trauma becomes like a skipping CD where we've never moved beyond. We do not have pain that happened in the tapestry of our life, a tapestry of choosing. So that trauma adds to our life instead of only takes away from it. Sorry, I stumble reading a little bit. In this situation, you need to ask yourself, how can my past situations where I experienced distress without resolve be preventing me from seeing the reality of a situation? For example, in this situation, you might be thinking the present is the same as the past when it isn't. Or you may have experienced trauma that is making you act in ways you are not appropriate or that are not appropriate to the actual present scenario. Or you may be in a painful situation that is on repeat of previous trauma, simply trying to get a different outcome this time. So achieve a sense of resolve. We tend to make judgments about things based on how easily we can recall relevant examples from our memory. This means we can remember things more easily. We tend to assume they are more common than things we cannot remember. For example, if we watch violent movies and read about violent stories, we are more likely to perceive the world to be dangerous. If we grew up in a home where our memories of our father was being emotionally unavailable, we are more likely to believe that men are emotionally unavailable. Our perceptive will keep getting reinforced every time we encounter something that validates these assumptions we have already come to base on our past experiences. If you have drawn this card, you need to realize 2 things. The first is that the time has come to really face your trauma and create genuine resolve with this or what is unresolved, because it's acting as a filter through you cannot see reality, including in the current situation, clearly. The second is that each moment is a new beginning. That the present doesn't have to be the same as the past. In fact, it often isn't, even when we think it is. And no matter what assumptions you have made about the world and how the world is, you can always change the way that the world is. Sorry, I stumbled through that a little bit. But I do like that. Overall, this book in general reads very much like one would speak. So I like that. It's not over, I don't know what the word is, frou-frou. It's not extra. I'm just going to kind of flip through. There's different, like these are different what you don't see about kind of questions you can ask. If you guys want to see more of this deck or hear more of these spreads, I am going to be uploading some shorts so you can see some of the videos. Just kind of go check some of those out. And then this has some easy spreads. And then like it says, it's something that you can use like at a work, a group, just personal journaling, sorry. So anything like that. I would highly recommend this deck. And then you could see the sigil that she did for trauma. I don't know, it looks a little distressed, like teardrops or blood, someone being hurt. Kind of looks like a biohazard symbol to me. That's just what I get from intuitively reading it. These are the backs of the cards, by the way. I forgot to show you guys. They are very beautiful. It's got our signature. And the cards have a nice bend and snap. They don't bend. They don't stay creased or anything like that. So again, I definitely would recommend this deck if this is one you're looking into getting.